Hey guys, how's it go? It's your boy M.K.S here. Um, I was going to finish off my part 3 videos I was making about Pan-Asian network, but I thought because it's the 25th, and due to my patterns, 25 reminds me of republics for some reason. I had to do, for today, it's already nearly 10 to midnight here in the UK, I decided to do a video about republics, and how I plan to support them, and that sort of thing. So anyway, I haven't really. I was in the shower and I had a shower about 11 o'clock, a bit later now, half 11 or something. Anyway, I thought I would. I sort of thought about this idea, so I thought, well, it's the 25th, still kind of. I would cover this video. By the time I finish, it'll probably be a new day. But anyway, here goes. So number one, I hope to obviously get this off the ground, get up and running and get it started, and remember what I was going to say, which was the Republic Partnership or Network or something. I don't know what exactly it could be called, but there's lots of different names it could be called, of course. And different each year, perhaps different republics could host events that bring republics together and talk about what they have in common and how they can support each other and how they can empower republics to support each other financially and that sort of thing. Number two, people from republics could learn about each other and learn about each other's cultures and countries and that sort of thing, traditions and whatnot. And I love to support YouTubers from republics, tourism from republics, and that sort of thing. Just as with my other projects, and again to learn about republics and that sort of thing. Number three. For me, why I support republics is because I think in some ways they're kind of more free, because with a monarchy, you have to sort of pay taxes towards a particular family, which is normally quite wealthy as well, and that money could go towards other causes, I suppose. I suppose the argument the other way, which I've heard, which is fair enough, and again, as ever with all my videos, I love to hear alternative arguments or points of view, or any comments are always welcome, positive or negative, or negative or positive, whichever one you want to put them. Anyway, but some people say actually, if you look at heads of state where they have like republics like America, actually Donald Trump, who's the head of state, his costs are supposedly more than our republic as a citizen of the UK. But for me, out of principle, I think actually we should look at the cheapest form of government to. Obviously, don't want to skimp on costs, but I think we should look for the cheapest form of government and look at how to cut costs as best as possible without obviously causing suffering or poverty or whatever. But I'd love to have the lowest possible taxes and look at how to have the cheapest possible government and heads of state, ones with the least expenses, least costs. Maybe independent bodies could look at the best value for taxpayers and that kind of thing. So. I think it's more free to have like an elected head of state, and some people have argued that the UK needs a monarchy. I think, or they said that. I think someone asked in this debate whether what is the need, or what is the need for a monarchy, and I can't really think of much of a need for a monarchy. Like if the UK, for instance, did have just politicians, it didn't have a head of state, didn't have any president like other countries have, it just had a prime minister and the government. Since the monarchy is supposed to be largely ceremonial anyway, and not really supposed to have any influence, I do wonder what is the point of having one. But anyway, that's my opinion. Again, I welcome all opinions, freedom of speech and all that. But yeah, for me personally, I've republics. I do think that but at the same time, I do think, however, that we should look at the lowest possible cost and how to save the taxpayer money, make people as free as possible, make people. I'd love to encourage people to enable people to choose much more of where the tax money goes as much as possible, and have as much freedom and choices and human rights and that sort of thing as possible, and like freedom as human rights. Anyway, moving on. Number four. Again, I love republics to like network together, and each year different republic, like India could host, or America one year, or Argentina or Brazil, or whatever other republics are in the world, Germany or France or whatever other nations have republics, could host different events where they bring people together and discuss how they can support each other and network together, uh, being republics in common, and that sort of thing. Number 5, I'd love to learn about things like the list of the top richest republics. I suppose it probably does depend how you measure rich or powerful. There's probably separate lists because some of the richest countries in the world are like small countries, and people say if you per capita they are richer than US or whatever, but America's class is more powerful because of its military and its might and that sort of thing. But yeah, I'd love to find out about the richest republics, and also the richest people from from republics generally. Like, it'd be interesting, I think, to have a list of the top 30 people who are from republics altogether, like all different republics. Apparently, people from republics are called citizens, whereas people from monarchies are called subjects. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but yeah, I love also republics to work together on shared goals, maybe like cooperation on counter-terror, on militarism and things like that. Number 6, I often talk about supporting Asia and Africa, and I suppose again one of the things they have in common as well as being colonized is most countries in Africa, almost all in Africa I think, and pretty much all in Asia I think are republics. So that's another thing they have in common, which they could work together on as well as being colonized. If you like, dare I say, the victims of empire or things like that, and also being people of color, POC, and that sort of thing. So again, I think there are more reasons to work together. But again, I'd love republics more, including America, sorry, the US. I was going to say Canada, but obviously that's still part of the crown. But as far as I'm aware, and so is Australia. But America, India, China, and some of the richest countries are republics, or most powerful. Number 7, I wish that God would bless republics. One of the things I find a dilemma, even though I believe in God, and I say the God of the Holy Bible, and whenever I mention God, I mean the God of the Holy Bible, and I wouldn't want to worship anyone or anything. I suppose I don't even know what worship means, but although I'd want to love God, but I wouldn't want to worship or have to worship. But if it was that anyone I would have to worship, it would be the God of the Holy Bible. But one of the things I find a dilemma is that you have to call God Lord, or lots of people call God Lord, and I think it'd be better if I could call God friend, or if I felt he was on my side and that sort of thing, and supporting me and supporting my paperworks and like my projects. And like I was thinking that maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. I was going to talk about it in the intro, but anyway, like I'd love it if God made it so that no one could touch my things or stuff, or what do you call it, like my paperworks or my or even like little silly things, perhaps like my tea. When I have mugs of tea, I normally have like 3 cups of tea in each mug, like use the same mug 3 times. So if no one can move my mugs or anything, like if anyone tried to move my stuff, like God would make them fall or stop them somehow from doing so. Sorry, that was a quirky little thing. I know it's a bit off topic, but anyway. So yeah, but I would love it if God blessed republics. I probably would love it more if he did, but anyway. 8, again, I love people from republics talk about what they love about each other, and again, I'd love to hear what people think about republics, what they love or hate. I don't want to hate anything, but what other people love or hate about republics or monarchies, respectively, which system they prefer or why, or share links about debates or anything like that. Again, any comments are welcome. So if you want to share any links about debates like IQ Squared or whatever other organisations have run debates about republicanism versus monarchies, what you want to put in, please feel free to comment or even talk about if you are a monarchist and why, or if you're a Republican and why, and that sort of thing. 9, again, I'd love to support writers, poets, authors, artists, creatives, inventives, or any other people from republics and their projects and works generally as a support of republics. And number 10, especially young people from republics. Again, helping republics around the world to network together and host events and that sort of thing. So please let me know how you think I did, or anything you want to comment. And I am out. Peace out.